else but smart electronics.
Okay, son, get dressed. We are going down to Smart Electronics.
No need to go to St. Martin anymore. We have everything available right here in St. Kitts. And remember, we have only one store in St. Kitts, and we are located at Port Zante, opposite the food court. Smart Electronics, way to live a smart life.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Showtime shopping quirks. We got all the things you want. So many ways to shop. You can pick up curbside. It's Showtime shopping quirks. All the appliances, electronics, and furniture you like. Showtime. Showtime. We got it. Just what you need. Yeah, Quartz got it.
During the 12 weeks of Christmas, the cable gave to me free internet connectivity with lots of prizes and surprises for my loyalty, proving the cable really cares for me. There's HBO Plus streaming on Ultra TV and free extreme internet upgrade for all teachers in this land. So get your cable plan and bundle packages for the family. The cable gave me a platinum card that's interest-free with online shopping capability and money transfer options with no global restrictions and no monthly fee. The cable is giving back to you and me. The cable is giving back to you and me.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Frank and Candid. I am Tony Nass. It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. Hope all is well. Hope you're already into a productive morning. And we are ready to go here. Let's go to what's in the news. Locally, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, will hold a press conference on Thursday, October 28, from 10 a.m. in the conference room at the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, at Limekeel, Bastille. Prime Minister Harris will use Thursday's press conference to again update citizens and residents on a number of matters of national importance. Prime Minister's press conference will be carried live right here on ZIZ Radio and television, ZIZ Online and Facebook, YouTube platforms, etc., along with other major radio stations here in the Federation. To Barbados, yesterday, Barbados removed its quarantine requirement as well as its mandatory second PCR test for all fully vaccinated travelers. That's according to Travel Weekly report. According to the island's published protocols, this means a person must have been or have received their last dose of an approved COVID-19 vaccine at least 14 days prior to arrival in Barbados. Starting yesterday, travelers now only need to show proof of vaccination as well as a negative PCR test taken within 3 days of arrival. Unvaccinated travelers must show the same proof of a negative PCR test and will have to submit to a 5-day quarantine at a pre-approved accommodation. Then on the 5th day, they must take a PCR test. This is at their own expense and can leave quarantine once negative test results are received. One little caveat though, even if you are fully vaccinated, you could be randomly selected at the airport for a rapid test, and that test is free of charge. And from Haiti, Haiti's streets were unusually quiet yesterday as gas stations remained dry, as gangs blocked the entrance to ports that hold fuel stores, and the country's main gang leader demanded that Prime Minister Ariel Henry resign. Days-long fuel shortages have left Haitians with few transportation options and forced the closure of some businesses. Hospitals which rely on diesel generators due to constant power cuts may shut down as well. The situation has put further pressure on the population already struggling under a weakening economy and a wave of gang kidnappings, which include the abduction of a group of Canadian and American missionaries earlier this month. Don't know what's going to happen in Haiti. So that's a look at situation around us as far as the news is concerned. All right, today we're going to have a conversation that fits into the approaching season. As I look around, I'm seeing the signs of Christmas and Carnival coming up. Just came out of Nevis over the weekend, and signs are also there. We are quickly moving through this month and into November and heading into December. And what is the oldest and most popular holiday season across the world, especially for Christians. As we look around, as I said, we are beginning to see the signs of preparations for the holidays. We are just under 60 days away from Christmas, and soon we will begin to see more and more of the street decorations. I've seen persons with Christmas tree already. Soon you'll begin to get the Christmas caroling, people getting ready for the traditional food, and all the things they do in the windows, and getting gifts and all of that. All of the many traditions which would contribute to the warm atmosphere of Christmas. More and more, the feeling, as we say, is in the air. But the feeling that is in the air is really a different feeling for different people or groups. Remember, for us here in St. Kitts and Nevis, it is a celebration of Christmas and Carnival. So it all depends on what you're preparing for. Now, what do I mean by that? You may see Christmas as the celebration of Christ's birth, or as an opportunity to spend time with friends and family. But there are others who see different opportunities. For example, if not for COVID, the people who, the revelers would be in their mass camps at this time preparing for Carnival, and the opportunity to be on the streets, with the cultural displays, etc. How much of that we're going to have, don't know, but I guarantee you, because these are not normal times, it would be significantly scaled back. Also, Christmas may be a popular holiday season for those of you who call yourselves, define yourselves as Christians. But you know who else love it this time of year? the business community. If you were able to somehow take a peek into the sales and marketing departments of the corporate community, many of these big businesses with sales and marketing department, if you were to look inside there, you would see that they are beginning to roll out, or they are focused on the rollout of their sales and marketing campaign for the season. You see, they're in business for profit, and as such they'll find any opportunity to maximize profit, and of course they should. Businesses will take advantage of what you, the consumer, think about the season, and they'll capitalize on that. If, for example, you see the season as a time for gift giving, then they'll make sure they stock a variety of gift ideas from which you choose to purchase at a profit to them. Today, Christmas seems to begin earlier each year. Stores do a whole lot of Christmas promotion. Banks, every business. The store shelves are full of temptations, and people hurry to their Christmas shopping. That's what we call capitalism at work. No problem there for me. I say all of that as a way of introducing my overall point here that I want to make, or to lead to my question that I really want to ask you. And that is, when we think of Christmas, is it religious? Is it secular? Is it cultural? Or is it just plain commercial? When I was growing up, and probably for you as well, the answer was much clearer. Today, not so much. It may be generational, a generational thing. If you were to conduct a survey among Caribbean people, you would find that roughly 9 in 10 of us will say, well, we celebrate Christmas. But when it comes to the meaning of the holiday, this is where we will find differing opinions. If you ask the Christian, nearly all will say they celebrate Christmas and they see it as a religious holiday. However, many people view it as a cultural holiday rather than a religious occasion. The meaning of Christmas seems to be changing from generation to generation. And this may be the result of a failure to pass on one generation's teachings to the other. Or it may be that there's a new generation and there's a lack of interest from that generation. So Christmas continued to grow across the globe without regard for any of these religious beliefs. It has nothing to do with it today. Now, it is evolving into a true consumption industry. Many businesses make their best turnover during the Christmas time. And that's what matters to them above all else. Even here in the Caribbean, where the Christian denomination is dominant, people seem to be more and more attracted by the commercial side of Christmas. So again, I ask, Christmas, is it religious? Is it secular? Is it cultural? Or just plain commercial? Or maybe a little bit of each. So, can it be said then that what man has to sell has over time become more important than what the Creator has given. Religious, secular, cultural, or plain commercial. That's my take. We will hear from you in a few minutes when we come back from this quick break. It's 465-2555, 718-577-2916. We will take a quick break, come back on the other side.
Working for you. A weekly talk radio program which highlights developments of national interest and the activities of your St. Kitts Nevis government. Join host Lesroy Williams as he presents.
It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gon' be safe. Everybody gon' be safe. One kind, one people. We are roll up to roll up. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Cause I love you. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah. It's better for us, yeah. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll out.
Bless up. Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
We are set for discussion this morning on Christmas. We are asking the question as we head towards that time, under 60 days to that day, into the season. Is Christmas religious, secular, cultural, or is it just plain a commercial occasion? I want to hear from you on 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Times have certainly changed with respect to this particular holiday. Not that there wasn't some element always of commercialism, but it's becoming lopsided now, more on the commercial side. At least that's my take. As opposed to what used to be more of the religious side of the season. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen Nzinga, and in the spirit of Hamilton Jackson of St. Croix, the great liberator, beloved. How are you, my beloved brother? How the family?
All doing well. You?
Good, man, and the clan is good. Now, my beloved brother. But just give me about 5 seconds, and then I'm going to come to your topic. I call in again, and the nasty people of the Pan-African Republic of Ethiopia, stop the nastiness, man. Stop the nastiness. Because they do something, check up down there on the weekend, beloved, and it's even worse than I thought. But And I call on the administration to the Minister of Health, Cabinet, and the Prime Minister. He called the O. But I will talk about that on Friday. I hope you ain't have no guests on Friday, because I need to elaborate on that. Well, now, my beloved brother, let me get to the point now. But, you know, I don't subscribe to religion, none whatsoever. But who want to celebrate what? No, I know. And who want to say about blasphemy and all kind of crap is up to them. Never had no one in existence by the name of Jesus or Christ or whatsoever. Nobody. But who want to celebrate, that's their problem. That's their business. But what I'm saying, beloved, because, you know, we're colonized and enslaved and colonized and that religion and other religions were put upon us as African people. But that's for another time. What I celebrate, beloved, as a child growing up in St. Kitts Nevis, Anguilla at the time, and when you were St. Kitts Nevis, beloved, that's our culture. Let me repeat that. That's our cultural festival. Not no carnival. Carnival came out of Europe, out of Rome, beloved, where those Romans used to have their sexual orgies. A lot of people don't know, but that's for another time too. So I don't say no carnival. I say festival, beloved. And you know, that is our culture. Most of it is African, beloved. All the Macajumbi and them, that's our ancestors coming in that form. A lot of people don't know that, beloved. I don't know everything, and others know, so they should teach the culture, man. Tell the children the culture. And we're losing a lot of it. Where is it? I'm not blaming this administration 100%. I blaming all of them, starting from Dr. Simmons, come all the way up to now, beloved. We're losing culture. When I was down there, 2008, last time I was in St. Kitts Nevis, and the one and only time, so let a boy from up in village run with that. But I just see culture just vanishing, beloved. We must restore that, man. And add on that, beloved. And add on that. And let me tell our people, especially poor, financially poor Africans, don't go and spend all your money and then come January, you can't afford to supply your children them with their needs. My beloved sisters and brothers, be welding, right? That you got to save some money for hard times, and the hard times continues. And when you're going to spend your money, can spend your money with people who look like you first and foremost African people. And then if you don't, if it's not a necessity, you just forget about it. If you got to buy something to make money, it's all right, good. Turn over, but spending our people, man. And we want to see the report of our African culture in St. Kitts Nevis, beloved. And beloved, let me say this in closing. I will like you. I mean, I can't tell you what to do to bring rascal up. About Kwanzaa that is celebrated is not no religious holiday, it's a cultural holiday. It was started in 1963 up here by Dr. Malana Karenga. Dr. Malana Karenga. Start from December 26th to January 1st. That's what we need to celebrate along with our festival there in St. Kitts Nevis. So bring in somebody, beloved brother, before December, and then they talk about it. I will prefer Kalonji, but I can't tell you how to run it. So my beloved brother, thanks again for hearing me. Pan-Africanism our perish. One love, my beloved brother.
All right. Thank you. Let's go back to the phone. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
You with me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Nabu, you're getting people vexed with you. You're up in America. What you know about date bed nasty? If you know that down a date bed nasty, catch a plane, come down. Come clean it up first, please.
That's it? Okay. We know a lot of things from. It's a small world now. We know everything from anywhere in the world. It's not that difficult. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Tony.
Good morning.
Yeah. Tony, I hope everybody see how the outer world be right now with this deadly COVID situation. And all kind of company bankrupt, some business places, some of these food supply where we get food from, you know, they can't get enough food, gas gone up and all these different things because of the how the whole world situation be. And I just appealing to the people of this country. This Christmas coming up, they must watch it. They must watch the dollars. Don't go out and spend because people do unnecessary things like change coat in every year and all these things when they could avoid that. And when they don't spend upon waste of their money, they blame somebody else. Now look at it now. I hear every minute they're going around and cutting off water and electricity bill. And these bills they ain't just come. They ain't just come, Tony. These people offer since maybe 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, even 15 years me here. You understand? Mm-hmm. And these existing people supposed to look into the budget. And instead of focusing on Christmas and they spend the money. I mean, I say that they must do the little celebration because this is our tradition. I live in our life at Christmas time. We buy a little ham, we buy a little trophy, we buy a little drink. But don't overdo. Because when they don't overdo, they blame somebody else. And right now people calling in and saying that government must give people a chance. People with electricity, people with the water bill must give them a chance. Well, government got to pay people. They got to pay people who work in the apartment. When upright bus, when anything happens, the electricity alarm post blackout, something happens, they got to pay for all those things. They got to pay for maintenance. So Tony, you're just calling in people of this country to try to do the right thing. We're in a pandemic, we don't know when we're going to get out, and just spend your money wisely. Okay then, Tony.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Mian?
You're live. Go ahead, yes.
I agree with culture so much because they abuse the government at top, but they want to raise the pay and all kind of things. So he's right. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Christmas. Commercial affair? Cultural affair? Religious affair? Secular? You tell me. Different people celebrate in different ways that time of year. One caller alluded to Kwanzaa. That's also in there. Depends on your thinking. We all have the freedom to celebrate it as we wish. However, the overall season seems to involve a lot of spending, a lot of commercialism, and there are people who basically look forward to this time of year, and basically all they talk about is what you're going to get them for Christmas. That's their whole thought process. Not so much family and all of that. What are you going to get me for Christmas? Back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Hyatt.
Yes.
Indulge me a little bit. For the lack of knowledge, I'm going to tell you something. There has been, Google everything I say, 16 aviators between the one called Jesus. Christ is not a man. Christ is supposed, as in the 42 admonitions are the 10th commandment.
The S-U-N, sun, that decides our waking and our resting, our sleeping, our going down, our coming up. Is the symbol of Christ. Is why even the one called Jesus has the halo on his head. The sun reaches the farthest point south between December 21st and December 25th. In ancient time, the African astrologers would view the sun, and when it reaches that point, the sun would pause before it begins the journey back across the sky. So we have again spring, summer, autumn, winter. At that point, the celebration begins. Is the celebration of the going out and the coming in. Is the beginning and the end. Is the new and the old. We have come into a time where we've been taught to believe we really don't know. Now, one more minute. I'm going into agriculture. You see, when we're celebrating Christmas, we ain't sure how much food we're going to find in the shelf. Food running scarce. My message is to the Prime Minister. Pay attention to what's going on. He is the boss. He is the leader. People take it, because some may know my sound and think this is a political thing. I got more than a dozen children. I got one daughter, I got 8. Food security is national security. Food security must become an absolute priority in this time. I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, hitting on the importance of the administration paying attention to what is going on in the world, to the shelves on the stores, to the rising prices. And I'm saying to the government, in agriculture, the supplies cannot continue to rise. The prices must remain the same because people ain't got no money and they can't afford to buy. Take a look at what's going on. We got people, we got young scientists who they say up there ain't working up the department. So they send them down flies to make sure they ain't working to rest. We got extension officers that we haven't seen in 6 years. This thing is a joke. It is a joke. People are playing. The roads to the farms are impossible. Somebody need to listen. Somebody need to pay attention. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of your time, and happy Christmas to you too.
Okay.
Christ is not a man.
All
No
right.
Jesus fan. Every aviator from Miami to came between December 21st and December 25th is the new beginning. Is the beginning, is the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new.
Yeah.
Bless.
Okay. All right. Food security, starvation. I don't know how people in St. Kitts could starve. I don't see that possible. I mean, everywhere I go, I see breadfruit. So, I mean, breadfruit is good food. So, I don't know. But I take your point. All right. But we're talking about the season and how it's moved from one thing to the next. Nobody studying too much on the religious side. I mean, even if you were off the religious clique, you yourself would admit that, you know, you've moved away from that a whole lot. More a secular thing. Cultural, yeah. Some people claim that that's dying too. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Okay. All right. So, plain commercial, it seems like what it is. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side. Continue.
Farm care, farm care.
Fill your prescription from the comfort of your home or
to face. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be safe. One kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up, yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right, alright. Cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us, yeah. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up, to roll out.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Forward development of your community and our beautiful Twin Island Federation. Working for your ears weekly, every Wednesday live from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. on ZIZ Radio, Win FM, and Sugar City FM with rebroadcasts on participating stations. Working for you.
Welcome back to this morning's Frank and Candid. I am Tony Nice, and we are on a discussion about what we all know as the Christmas season and how it has changed over time, generation to generation, even within one generation. You can see the change, things we used to do. Change is inevitable, I guess. Even one caller alluded to even the cultural things that we used to see. Some of that we seem to be losing some of that as well. So even if we think of the Christmas season or the carnival season or the festival season or whatever you choose to, however you choose to identify that, even if we think of what the culture is and the cultural displays that we saw as young people, as children, a lot of it is, well, most of it or all of it has been influenced by our African roots, but a lot of that seems to be disappearing, and of late it's helped by COVID, because activities naturally have been scaled back in order to protect ourselves. But then I can go back before that and say, well, you know, we begin to lose some of that anyway. There are some people in this country that try their very best to try and keep that alive. People like Zach Nisbet, which, you know, he's trying through the schools, trying to revive or maintain and keep that culture alive. If you introduce it to that age, then there's a chance and a possibility that it will survive, it will live on. But if not, if there's no interest there, then shortly it would totally disappear from our consciousness, and that would be a sad day for us and for generations to come, who would then not even know of it or hear of it and so therefore have no understanding of the what our culture was or should be. Then again, culture could be dynamic, so that our culture becomes over time something else. When you look at the current generation and the things they do, they will be doing those things for quite a while, and to them that will be the culture. To us, we will always, people of my age group will always say, well, what happened to our culture, meaning what we were accustomed to. But it changes, it evolves. So we got to also understand that. But it is important, I believe, to keep those things so that generations yet unborn would understand the African culture and how important and why it's important to us as a people. Let's go back to the phones. Let's say good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Yeah, it's me again. Mr. Knight, I'm listening to you.
Yes.
Knowledge of self is the guide for any people. As for the culture, the tiny man culture ain't a make-up thing. The Indian, the Arab, the all rest of the people, the white man, the Christian, this thing what we're celebrating, is not a make-up thing. It's a people's thing. Our thing, the walk up and the thing and so, that is not our culture. That is what we were taught to entertain these people as they celebrate whatever they're celebrating at this time. That is not our culture. We must know who we are. We must identify with our heritage. The image in the mirror comes from Africa. Only there you find people look like you. We must identify with the roots. And that's where it comes from. The culture thing what we're spreading is not culture. It's what they teach us to entertain us. I'm going to tell you something. A friend of mine who do actor, Mr. Bradshaw told him once not to entertain them people and bend down and pick up their money when they throw it from upstairs. He on a scented stamp. This here man. Bye-bye. The last time mixed up. So we're not going to take all away. When come real.
Okay. All right. We gotta be careful about talk about what is it? The walk up and so on. I mean, well, dance is part of our culture. I mean, our Africans have been dancing for a long time to the drums, but there's some of that that we see and may be questionable to people. But dance is a strong part of our culture. And I know Africans love to dance and to the rhythms. Back to the phones.
Yes, my brother.
Yes.
Brother Nabo here again.
Yes, Nabo.
When I hear people, I'm not attacking anyone personally. The brother who just called, he said some good things. But when you're going to talk about dance, I mean, not the dance that what? No, these, outrageous dances. But dance, gyration and everything, but that come out of Africa. Let me say, come out of Africa. And Africans in different parts of the world continue that tradition and inculcate their own tradition. Not because it ain't come out of Africa, as long as it come out of African people. It's African culture. Origin is in Africa, beloved. So, beloved, this kind of thing that, because we dance, no, look skanking. If you check our sisters and brothers on the African continent, right, kind of dance, some of the dances, it's just like skanking. That is it, us, beloved. That's in us. You can't say, if you come out directly out of Africa, it's not Africa. No, utter nonsense. As long as it come out of African people origin. And how we going to copy other people? Come on, you know. Other people? You mean other people copy us as African peoples, beloved? And in closing, you talk about Bracha. If Bracha was so African conscious, so Pan-African, what a Pan-African is, how come no African woman out of St. Kitts Nevis and any part was good enough for him to marry to an African woman, and he went to marry to an Arab/Syrian woman who was born in St. Kitts Nevis? Brother, we got to get things right. Can't be contradiction. You got to come straight every time. You can't talk two sides of your mouth and then the other, you know? No, man, you got to talk one side of your mouth, beloved. And let me say again to our people and this administration, it's full time they put people like Everton, Zach Nisbet, but a little older than I, but we went Boston Junior High School and high school together in the 1970s. Beloved, give more people like Brother Zach who know the culture. Go around in every public school and make it mandatory that you must participate in culture. Make it mandatory, brother, from Head Start all the way up to sixth form. Really, sixth form it is a college, brother. And you can't graduate unless you do that, brother. Culture. Teach our people how to write songs, kaiso. Learn them how to train the voice, kaiso and everything. Tell them about all of that. And the whole 9 years, beloved, we must restore that African culture in St. Kitts Nevis and add to it, beloved brother. Change it need to be changed. Modernize it. It's still African. Brother, thanks again for hearing me. Pan-Africanism our purse. One love, my beloved brother.
All right. One love. Back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Yeah, Brother Tony.
Yes.
I wish that we had more African culture in our carnival and in our parade. Because, let me tell you something. Anytime I go up on YouTube and I go up on this site and I see them African dancing, Tony, I feel so nice. I like see them. I like see that they to cheer themselves and, you know, I can do the thing. I believe that we dancing originally come from Africa. And what a man got in them, and we don't learn. In Europe, they learn different things, they do different things. In Brazil, they do different things. And in America, they do different things. But I believe our black people were supposed to get our African own traditional dancing in our carnival, in our activities, and in everything we do. I believe that. You understand? Because we are the black people and we're supposed to do what each other do. Especially in music. And African very talented in music, dancing and everything. I like to hear Africans sing. You understand? Because you know they got a kind of different voice and you know they chart the voice when they're singing. Yeah, you know Tony? Mm-hmm. So as I said that I want to see people do more, save more, try to understand that we are under a pandemic and do what is right. Do not follow people. We got some people got business place and just walking up and down tongue, cussing people, saying all kind of negative thing, and doing going to business place go work. But when come to pay the bills, they know they start to cuss the government, say government to cut off the current and all those things. Okay then, Tony.
All right. Thank you. Back to the phone. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Good morning, Tony.
Hey, good morning, the King.
Now, let me tell you something. I'm not putting down Mr. Culture, the other one before Mr. Culture.
Politics.
But the fact we, not Mr. Culture, Mr. Politics, sorry to say.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to put a troop on the road, they can put a troop. If you want African troop, all you have to do, advertise and get an African troop and the people join up with them. The government have nothing to do with the troops. You understand me? So he can create his own African tube. When I was a little boy coming up, I play in Zambezi, all of them, and Back to Africa and all of them tube. It's what you want to play. I play Sailor Boy, I play Cowboy and Indian, and all them kind of things. You know, as a young boy coming up, you could do what you want to do when he come. He could do, if you want to get his own tube in Africa, he could get with Nabu and they form an African tube together and they go in the Central Bastille. So I don't know what he's talking about, you know.
By the way,
people that just come and talk nonsense in truth like he just said.
The King.
Okay,
The King, you singing this year?
Huh?
You singing this year?
Well, it's plenty room. I might not enter the competition, but I have issues what I want to put on the road.
Okay. You may go in you could go in a tent then. I mean, you could just go in the tent.
Yeah, I will be singing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Looking forward to that. All right. Okay. That's the King Rockefeller there. All right. Yeah, we're talking about the December time of year, the season, whatever you call it. Is it religious? Is it secular? Is it cultural? Is it just plain commercial event? We got a caller? Let's take that caller. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, man. How are you?
I am well.
To me, it's almost the callers talk about the walk-up dance. You know, I don't know if he was heading to a comparison between carnival and the African traditional dance. I don't know where he was going with that, but I got lost a little bit there. Because anybody knows, once you strike up a drum, you know, it makes you want to move. It creates movement, and that dance and the drumming goes together, and that's straight African culture right there.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing, you know, efforts got to be made in the federation to preserve that African culture, and the way how they could go about it is implementing it in the school. And I know there was some people on Win FM this morning talking about calypso, and from what I get from that exchange there was that somehow somebody should develop an institution where they could teach people to write these songs, the calypso songs, and all that type of stuff. They should develop an institution, at least one on Nevis, and one on St. Kitts, to try to preserve the culture, whether it be the African culture in drumming and dance and folklore and everything, the big umbrella, the overall head umbrella. You know, everything in African traditional entertainment, and even the new entertainment of carnival and you know, writing these calypso songs and stuff like that. There's so much different areas somebody can go into, whether they become a writer or a producer or a singer or whatever. Institutions should be developed to preserve this stuff.
Okay.
You know, I got a lot more to say, man, but I'll keep it there for now.
All right. Just so you know, I know what's his name, Calypsonian Isoussop, for example, some time ago had a calypso writing workshop. I know he did one on Nevis and St. Kitts. Chalk Dust was here in St. Kitts doing the same thing. So it has happened. Maybe you're suggesting there should be more. Fair points. Let's go back to the phone. Say good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Hello, good morning. I say you're going on a holiday here for 2 days.
Well, it's over.
We have African thing. We want West Indies thing, and we want to just with West Indies, African American and Caribbean thing. We want the long term in the 60s. They used to talk about they do Africa, play over Africa. You want to go back home, and so these people just come on and tell you Africa. Right now, Africa will want help for the billion. Africa. We in West Indies. We're saying we West Indies. We don't want nothing from Africa. We got our own solid thing out here. Our forefathers are dead and gone. I hear thing about Africa, my brother, what he name, my man, tuning all them to hear him. What he name from there, but Africa, you know, we must go, Africa go do business, we do business, say, Africa want help themselves. We want help and Africa want work for help. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You may not want anything from Africa, but certainly the culture came from there, so can't run away from that. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Where's Kiko?
Caller, we are on Frank and Candid. Okay. All right. We're talking again in the last couple of minutes we have left. Christmas, what is it? Let's go back to the phones. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Molly.
Yes. Hey, good morning.
How you do?
I am well, family.
You gone to my thing. Christmas activities.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, hear me? Some people got the wrong perception about walking up. Some people dance with an instep. Just moving the instep alone, tap, 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 and they call it a dance. Some people dance with a head, music playing. You don't care how much rumba kind of tone the music be, they just move in the head. Some people dance with a shoulder, and some dance with a pelvic area in a sudden rotation. So I don't know what is walk up come from a different country. However a person moves when music playing, that is their culture. But we have our own dance in St. Kitts Nevis. How we dance masquerade, so other countries dance it. Our culture too, we have bull, that is we won. Sagwa is we won. Nego business, Maka Jumbi, all kind of thing is we won. So it's no matter no African nothing. You won is what you create. And this thing here, when it comes to the children them in school, we don't have to wait for the government to appoint nobody to do nothing in school. People could use their own initiative and say, look, the children them have a lot of energy doing foolishness. Let me do something more constructive that could, and informative, that they could learn something and put their energy and the strength to good use rather than just come out of school and go home and boy look foul.
All right.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, let's take our final caller. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid. Final caller.
Good morning, Mr. Nias.
Good morning.
Mr. Nias, I've been listening a lot of people saying all kind of things. Now, let me say this. And you is a black man, and you've been to America. I've been to Canada and I've been to America. So I know things. And I watch television and things. Let me say this. 98% of the dance and the culture, the dance culture in the world come from black people. Black people have black African descendants. Okay? Even the Hawaiians is African dance. It's just that every country put in a different what you call culture into it. But 98% of the dance in the world is African dance. And you know it, black people is the one who do the real dance. White people can't dance. White people is what you call ball dancing or what. That's the only dance they got.
No rhythm, huh?
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
We do the real dance in the black people dance. So carnival is black people. Anything break dancing is black people. Anything we do is African.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And with the dancing thing, we're going to leave it there for today. That's going to do it. I'm Tony Nias. Go out, enjoy yourself, do some dancing today. And we'll be back on Friday, it seems like. There's a press conference tomorrow from the Prime Minister. I don't think we'll be here as a result of that. So on Friday, we'll wrap up the week. We'll talk to you then. So long.
forget.
Fill your prescription from the comfort of your home or wherever you are in these 3 easy steps. 1. Take a picture of your prescription and send it to us via WhatsApp. 2. Place your order at least 1 hour before you come to pick up your medication. And 3. Bring your original prescription when you come to pick up your